welcome to the next live stream. So today I want to talk to you about spiritual bypassing. Well, this is a concept and a practice that, many experience. And for most of us, it is an urge to do so, right? Because facing the fear is hard, right? It's challenging. And I know in some circles, in some thought, we've been taught only to think of the positive thoughts, right? When something's a bit challenging, when we have some negative emotion that's being triggered, we've been conditioned to be like, forget about that, push it aside. Let's just think about the positive, right? And yes, seeing the higher perspective in situations is beneficial. However, we cannot bypass that negative emotion, because what happens if we ignore it? What we actually do is that we don't find the gifts within it and understand it, see the messages within it. Because if we ignore the processing that is required, that fear, that limiting belief is still within our energy field, right? It still is held within our cellular memory. And that's why if we ignore these traumas and these fears, what happens is that, we might think of, just happy thoughts, and then we go through life and something triggers us and we have a reaction, a negative reaction. That's where it comes from, because we have not processed that limiting belief and the fear that we hold within our bodies, within our cellular memory, and within our energy field. Yeah. So it might feel easier to ignore that, because who wants to explore and process the negative stuff? It's yucky, right? It's challenging. Especially when it's, old runes that are quite, it puts us in a space of vulnerability, right? And I know in relations to also law of attraction, we've been conditioned too. It's like, okay, just think of the happy thoughts. But again, we need to process our limiting beliefs, because that energy is still within our energy field. It's just there in an unconscious level, right? But it's still there. And how do you know it's still there? Because things happen in your life that triggers negative emotion. Whenever you're triggered by negative emotion, that's a sign there is a limiting belief within you, right? That needs processing. And it's how we perceive these triggers. Often we bypass it because we perceive it to be too challenging, or we perceive that if we explore it, we will suffer. But you don't. It's how you perceive it. If you can perceive it as an aspect of you that needs your love, as an aspect of you that if you connect with it, transmute it, communicate with it, you will actually receive many gifts within it. You will start to understand where the limiting belief comes from. Perhaps you were judging yourself, judging others. Perhaps you're wanting to control others or situations. Perhaps you're perceiving things from a point of duality instead of oneness. So all these insights that come from you processing this actually is part of psychic development, intuitive development. So it's not just necessary for you to raise your vibration, it also activates more of your abilities within. We all want that, right? And we want to experience more joy. And you might think, okay, so if I focus on the fear, does that mean I'm going to attract more of that to my reality? No. Because you're only exploring that and processing that when you are triggered in the moment. And if you allow yourself to feel the emotions and process it, be curious, open your heart, allow yourself to feel the emotions, ask yourself, what am I seeing? And actually, that is an aspect of you, a shadow self, so you can communicate with that version of you. Ask, What am I not seeing here? What are my beliefs here that I'm not seeing? What am I not doing? What action steps do I need to take? So use your creativity in communicating. And then the more you do this, you will realize that how beneficial it truly is for you to gain awareness of who you are and the dimensions of you that are in fear. And this is how you remember your oneness state. So yeah, don't be afraid of processing your fears. Don't be afraid of seeing your reality for what it is. Yes, it is an illusion, but also we're here to experience it. So part of the whole concept of spiritual bypassing is wanting to just explore the world of the metaphysical. But we ignore our physical reality. But understand the lessons and the keys are actually embedded within our physical reality. You know, use your curiosity like a game, right? Be curious. So things in your physical reality that might not seem related or mundane. Understand it's a spiritual lesson, spiritual gifts. Everything in your physical reality are keys for your ascension, keys for your awakening to who you truly are, that is love and that is oneness. Everything in your reality, the conditions, the events, everything that is in your life is assisting you to remember who you are. But are you looking? Are you opening your senses to perceive what is really occurring in your reality? Understand that everything in your outer reality is happening within you, within consciousness that we all share in oneness. So see it as part of your psychic development, your spiritual development, you processing by you seeing your reality from all the different dimensions. Yes, from the third dimensional perspective of duality, but also seeing how it plays out in higher dimensions, in oneness. We're here to have an experience, to be a blended being, to be the bridge of the physical world, of physical reality, and navigating it with the insights of the non-physical, higher perspective, of higher dimensions. That is how you navigate your reality in a powered way. For you are God creators, you are source. So do not be afraid of exploring the unseen, for there, in that exploration is where you discover how powerful you are and how connected you are with all beings, right? You might find it easier to just, explore all the metaphysical stuff, take all the courses, explore all of that world, right? But understand, you will receive automatically activations which include your psychic intuitive abilities and awareness of why you're here by doing your shadow work, by doing your processing, right? We're here to have a human experience. So we're here to find out all the keys in our reality, and they are in every aspect of our outer reality and what you perceive to be the matrix, reality, third dimension, however you like to name it. Understand it is for us and we co-created it. So see life as a playground. See it as a game. It is a game. We're here to expand ourselves through this game of physical reality, not to bypass it, not to see some aspects of our reality or who we are as more important than the other aspects. Everything is important. That's why we co-created it with each other. So every conversation you have, every time you experience and be in your reality, understand that you are taking a spiritual test here. You're exploring spiritual keys to understand who you are and your place in the universe. And if you can be in a space of curiosity, you also allows you to let go of the attachment and allows you to explore more freely, right? Because we're not attaching to preconceptions and understanding limiting beliefs about who we are and our reality. So if you want to explore this reality from a higher perspective, from who you truly are, see the spiritual in all things, See the divine in all things and in within you and within all beings, because we are one. Practice seeing the oneness in all. If you want to truly remember who you are as source manifested, as the divine expression of the universe that you are, see the divine in everything. See the oneness connections in everything. It is all connected. And we're here to explore why we were here. So go explore in love, in acceptance for what is in your reality and what will be in your reality, and all conditions and acceptance of all others, because all others and all things is expression of you. All life is an expression of you, just in a unique frequency. All right. So yes, so go play and be curious, guys. Be curious on how you explore this reality, because you co-created it. Yep. So don't forget to have fun along the way, because yes, sometimes we are, we see this world in a very serious light, right? That's because we've been conditioned to be serious. But understand, if you can perceive it as a game, it allows you to let go more of the attachments and the control. Now you explore this reality and allows you to have more fun, because that's why we're here. And understand that joy is our frequency of love. So if you can explore in joy, yes, do the shadow work, but also focus on what brings you joy. Follow your passions, and in doing that, you'll be able to also unlock more keys and awareness to why you are here and your abilities and your connection. So follow your bliss. Yes, that line's been said many times over, but that is truth. Follow your bliss. Follow the joy, but do not dismiss the shadows. We're here to integrate it, to release it, to transmute it, to make friends with it, right? Because it's all part of us. And by you addressing it and transmuting it, then it gets transmuted from your vibration. Because law of attraction will still attract that stuff, whether you're conscious of it or not. So if you want to engage with universal laws here, then we do need to process, okay? You do not have to suffer through it. Right? So hold those higher perspectives while you do this work and connect with your heart. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching today. And yes, if you wish, please pop your comments in and I'll get back to you. Let me know how you're going. All right? All right. Well, until next week, love and light to you all. Farewell.